Hey everyone, it's Jason from EskimoTV.net, and today I'm going to be reviewing Encanto, which is directed by Brian Howard and Jared Bush. This is set to premiere just around the Thanksgiving time, November 24th, exclusively in theaters. It'll be in theaters for a 30-day window. You can catch it on Disney Plus 1 month later, December 24th. Encanto tells the story of Mirabel Madrigal, who is the lead protagonist of this film. She lives in a family that all has magical powers. Some have super strength, some have the ability to make flowers bloom, others have the ability to control the weather. She's the only one, though, that does not have a superpower. One day, Mirabel realizes that there is a problem with the magic that is going on in the family, and she makes it her goal, despite not having a special power, to try to figure out what's causing this threat against their magic and to ultimately save the unity of their family. Encanto is a really sweet film. It has a wonderful theme about family and about family being important for who the people are and not for the gifts or abilities that they bring, but simply for the characteristics of who everyone is. I thought Stephanie Beatriz did great as the lead protagonist, voicing her. The character was well written. She is caring for everyone, and you can really tell that even though she wishes she has a superpower or a magical power, that is never one of the biggest focal points for her. She feels bad that she doesn't have one because she feels purposeless, like she can't help out the family. The film is gorgeously animated. This is a really beautiful Disney film. The music is written by Lin-Manuel Miranda, the man behind Hamilton and recently In the Heights. The songs he wrote for the film are fine. There's nothing that stood out as being the single hit song that everyone's going to love. However, the song sequences were very well animated, very well on point, and despite most of this film taking place in a single location, you really feel like this is a bigger film than what it actually is because of these sequences that are sung. The animation is over the top, definitely unrealistic, but it knows what it is, and it goes a bit crazy with flourishes and a stage-like background to articulate or show off the meaning or the message behind what a lot of these songs are about. And I thought that they looked great, they were well communicated, and they really helped to get you to understand how a character feels and to develop that character a bit more. I thought most of the songs were forgettable. I may need to reevaluate them on a second hearing because I know a lot of people are going to be really enthusiastic to listen to Lin-Manuel Miranda music, and I think he has done some wonderful things in the past. From a first watch, there was no song that stood out to me, nothing that I went home singing that I couldn't get out of my head. Nonetheless, I still think this is a very great, well-executed film. This film should relate to everyone because I believe most people have been in a circumstance where they feel like they don't belong or they can't contribute or their purpose isn't meaningful. And that's exactly how Mirabel feels in this film. I think a lot of people might compare this to Coco based on the imagery and the family and the importance of it. I don't think that this is anywhere in the message and theme that Coco had, and I do think that Coco probably was a lot better of a film just because I thought that the pacing on that film, the adventure was a lot more grand, but I do think that there's still much to appreciate with this film. The songs in Coco were a lot better as well. Nonetheless, though, the pop music that's done with the songs in this film is fine, helps with the character development, helps with the story, and the story itself is one that's admirable. I do want to talk about the third to fourth act of the film. I'm not going to mention any spoilers, but I did think that the final act of the film was a bit rushed. There's a big, crazy, game-changing event that happens. And when you see the film, you'll know what I'm talking about. It happens at the end of the third act. The fourth act sort of resolved that a bit too fast, where I didn't feel like there was a huge consequence of what happened in that third section. I didn't feel like the characters had to do too much to get themselves out of this predicament that they put themselves in. But nonetheless, I do still think that this is a wonderful film that both kids and adults will enjoy. Ultimately, Encanto is gorgeously animated. The narrative will relate to those who have felt like they have not belonged in a group. The theme is beautifully communicated. The screenplay sets up a compelling story that is well paced. The final act is rushed, and most of the songs, despite being eye-popping sequences, aren't very memorable. I'm going to give Encanto a B. My name is Jason from EskimoTV.net. I hope you enjoyed my review of Encanto. If you did, smash that like button. You can also consider subscribing to the channel where you can see more reviews in your feed. You can also check out my website, EskimoTV.net. You can find reviews for myself as well as other authors on that website. Once again, my name is Jason Escamilla from EskimoTV.net.